Today I want to go through my favorite, well, one of my favorite features, which is the audio overviews. So this is my master models notebook that I am now creating. It's basically all of my IP. For these audio overviews, I just selected one source in this notebook, the 9 Keys white paper. So I'll show you what the white paper actually looks like. This is the white paper. You've seen it before in some of the demos. This is why, some context around the talent crisis, my 3 disruptions powering the decade of radical change, and the model itself, which I reverse engineered using 5,000 exit interviews, and then a breakdown of the 9 keys, why they're important, the story behind the statistics, and action strategies. If you're interested in this white paper, reach out to me. Happy to send you a copy for free. I did 3 types of audio overviews, and I'll show you how to customize it. Like you've done before, gone into the pencil in audio overview. You can see that it gives you some choices. A deep dive, which is about 16 to 20 minutes long normally. A brief, which is 7 to 12 minutes long, depending on the sources that you choose. A critique, this is interesting. I've done a critique. I haven't listened to it yet, so we'll see how we go here. And a debate. Now, this is a lot of fun. You can give it some custom prompts as well. So focus on specific things. You can develop this however you want to. You can choose short, default, or long in terms of length. And again, with everything that you do, you can do it in different languages. But I've already generated these, so let me give you a demonstration.
We keep talking about the Great Resignation like it's this historical event that we all survived. Yeah. Something back in 2021.
Like it's in the rearview mirror.
Exactly. We patted ourselves on the back, said, woo, and kind of went back to business as usual. But, if you actually look at the retention data right now, the dust hasn't settled.
So that is just the regular deep dive overview. Same voices, you get a male and a female. Now I want to show you the debate. I thought it would be kind of fun to have a debate between, and I'll show you the custom prompt that I gave it. Debate the material in this PDF from the standpoint of a CEO taking an oppositional viewpoint. The CEO has been in their job a few years and is really struggling to break free from old school thinking. I love what it came up with. So let's have a listen.
We're analyzing 9 keys to keep your best people from walking out the door by Kim Seeling Smith.
And I suppose this is where you tell me that the solution to all this global chaos, this polycrisis, is to give everyone a hug, a voice, and a personalized recognition profile? Because I have to tell you, reading through this, I felt my blood pressure rising. I'm seeing a lot of, expensive, time-consuming solutions to what used to be a pretty simple transaction. I pay you and you do the work.
Not quite, though I see why you'd frame it that way. And my position is that this kind of human-centric management, it's now critical infrastructure. It's not fluff.
And I am here to represent the reality on the ground. I've read the material, and look, while I respect the data, I am looking at this through the eyes of a CEO who is trying to keep a business profitable.
Let's talk a little bit about how we can use this. One of the things that occurs to me, if you are presenting a business case, or if you are in HR trying to convince your C-suite to implement a program, you could actually load up some source material and create an AI debate to give you that oppositional viewpoint so that you can make your business case stronger. Last one, again, I haven't listened to it. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. I had them do a critique.
Today we're reviewing a white paper, 9 Keys to Keep Your Best People from Walking Out the Door. The core argument is that in this decade of radical change, standard pay and perks just aren't cutting it anymore.
Right.
Let's get straight to the feedback.
Let's do it.
So while the 9 currencies of choice framework is really comprehensive, presenting 9 distinct factors with, equal weight, it risks overwhelming the reader.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and it kind of dilutes the hierarchy of what's actually important.
Well, this is really interesting. They have a valid point, and this is a great demonstration of keeping the human in the loop. They have a valid point. Absolutely. 9 keys. It's a lot. It is a lot. It is actually meant to be a 6-month program that you can take 6 months to implement and then use for the rest of your career. And it's been great. It's, increased employee engagement and retention, and decreased, increased motivation, increased productivity. The list goes on. It is a tried and tested model. But they're right. When you digest it as a white paper or even a book, it is a lot. And I know this. Now, this is interesting. I will listen to the rest of the critique because I want to hear what they have to say. But in keeping the human in the loop, they suggest that you separate having a voice and agency. And I'm pointing to where it is on the model. They suggest having a voice and agency to be combined. That is not the right solution. And I can tell if these people were real people, I could actually present a case for why that's not the right solution. Because I am the human, I wrote the model, I discovered this through extensive research, and I've been working with it for well over 10 years. So what I see is a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, I need to rethink everything. Yes, of course it's right. It's artificial intelligence. Hang on. We still possess the skill of discernment. So if it's not the right solution, you override AI. You have that power. So those are 3 different types of audio overview. The deep dive, which you can also do a brief, the oppositional debate, and the critique. These are so powerful. So again, how do you get it into your voice? It's a little bit tricky, just like with the video explainer. You have to export it and then put it into something like Descript or CapCut, get a transcript of the audio overview. You could write the prompt so that it's 1 person instead of 2, and then put it through something like HeyGen or 11 Labs to clone your voice. Again, there are people on Upwork that will be more than happy to charge you very little money to do this if you're unsure about doing it. But I use NotebookLM for very specific things. And having other voices, I don't think is a bad thing. I just wish that they would create other accents. So NotebookLM, Google, if you're listening to me, please, more accents. That would be really, really helpful.